What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an all-new Let's Play Europa Universalis 4 as our Odyssean/Indian World Conquest. In the last episode, we managed to fight off a coalition. Though we sustained heavy casualties, we were able to take about 4 different provinces, and those provinces were obviously Nazarabad, which produces cotton, which is actually going up in value. That was a lot of development. I believe it was 22. And we also have 5 developments of Navangar. They produce cotton as well. Surashta, which produces sugar. All of these trade goods are actually worth quite a bit. And we also took a 30 development province called Mandu, and this produces dyes. So obviously, we're kind of, because we took heavy casualties, we are obviously in like this period of reconstruction. And it looks like we also have benign neglect. If it moves, grant trade power. And I'm hoping the idea is I would love to have more merchants, but sadly I just don't have enough. And so what I want to do is push all of my wealth into the Indus River Valley, but sadly I can't do all that much at this time. I'm only making about 43 ducats a month, which, don't get me wrong, is a lot of money, but it could be a lot better. So I think what I'm going to do, let's actually speed this up to rank 4. Is, if I remove a little bit of troops, I will probably save some coin. In fact, if I got cheaper advisors, I would probably save some coin. And speaking of cheaper advisors, our expensive military power advisor did pass away. But I really need better military power. So I think what I'm going to do, let's get the discipline advisor for now. Because our #1 priority is, once we unlock the treasury office in town, we are definitely going to be unlocking offensive ideas. I mean, imagine having all of our generals having better shock, which is obviously this one, from bayonet leaders, and then having better fire. Imagine, so all of our generals would be better, and we would have more discipline. And so I feel like if we ever went to war with Ming, we would definitely be able to fight them back. But I am obviously a little intimidated. And I desperately need some admin, and there's nothing I can do about that. Can I milk any of my estates? I don't. Well, surprisingly, I can. I was not expecting that. So let's take 100 admin for free. Sadly, a lot of people are going to be upset. Looks like we finished that colony we were talking about, and very soon we're about to be back to 4 colonies. Looks like we have colonized Kagayan. We have completed up that mission. So once that's actually, I guess we completed, so we're going to get more settler increase, and everything is going to improve. Let's also go ahead. Our manpower needs to recover. Having more taxation would be amazing. I don't think we're really going to be going to war anytime soon. Remove Wanpar from the map. That does sound like a viable plan, but the most immediate is going to be our manpower needs to recover. Once I get roughly 233 admin, we're only making 5 admin. Oh my goodness. Well, at least our heir will come of age sometime soon. And what's nice is he does have a lot of military skill. And actually, speaking of military skill, we might as well, because we're trying to make a lot more, we might as well remove one of these generals. And what the sad part is, one's probably going to die in time. The weakest one, they all have, these 2 have 5. So I guess we're going to remove you. And so the idea, right now we're making -1 per month. Well, actually we're making +9, but we're losing a -1 per month. And now that negative modifier has gone away, we absolutely need admin. And there's nothing I can do about it. And in fact, I would like some vassals. It would be amazing if Maywar became my vassal. Damaged a colony, that is sad. Let's actually go ahead. Split these guys in half. 6 are going to go here. And I believe the colony has been damaged, so we need to resend a colonist. You can move your way up to Kagayan. And I would like to take over Brunei sometime soon. In fact, I would like to take over the rest of Mahajapit. Don't know how viable of a plan that is. I can invest in new technology. I don't want to pay this penalty when I could just stockpile my goods, at least for the time being. But once Maywar embraces all of colonialism, I believe... Actually, in fact, it is spreading to us as we speak. We aren't going to get it until 1682. That is 15 years from now. Oh my goodness. Well, let's go ahead and remove 22% overextension. I would like to bring our army maintenance down a tad, but I feel like that's not really a good plan. Well, I guess we could try to save some money. So let's do that. Bring our army maintenance down. In fact, we are definitely a lot farther than I wanted to, but we're making 72 ducats a month. I would like to remove a few of these forts. In fact, I would like to make a few other stronger ones. These are 300 ducats each. I want one here, but we can't core it yet. Or better yet, it could be nice to have a very powerful fort here and a very powerful fort in this jungle province, and not just Dhaka. Both of these are jungles. Can we build one here? I believe we need more development. And now we have enough. So let's go ahead and build up our bastion. And looking at all of the other forts we could build, I suppose we can... Let's actually go ahead and revisit all of these forts. I'm going to disband you. Disband you. I want to build them all towards the outer reaches of our empire. That one can stay. This one can go. This one needs to stay. This one can go. And this one can go. So now when we look at all of our buildings, I definitely want to build one here, here, here. This one needs to go. And we'll probably build one here, assuming that we have the development. Yes, we do. This can be upgraded. This can be upgraded. So that means these can be destroyed. We're going to save some money, but in fact, I believe all of these resources are going to be transferred somewhere else. I feel like this can be destroyed as well. We don't really need this castle. We probably should have a castle. I could destroy this road and build a castle. It is going to cost us 2 ducats a month, but at least our capital is going to be a lot stronger. And the only other province... Well, I guess we need one inside this area. So let's go ahead and build one here. We will probably build one here, so they can't get through, because they would have to take out both of these forts. So I guess that's what we're going to do. And it looks like we have Rise of a Pretender. He has a very weak claim, but he is very strong. Where are those rebels? Sadly, all the way in the southern end of the map. Let's bring our army maintenance up. Let's bring our troops on down. And I'm curious... So we have 6 units. Do we have 4 groups of 6? Yes, we do. Though we don't have any troops inside Mahajapit. And now that we actually have our deity, or excuse me, now that we actually have our heir, who is now in control of our kingdom, I would like more legitimacy, but that's going to be a challenge. I think what we're going to do is go ahead and get another Shagatai deity. And the reason why I say that is the discipline... if we ever are attacked, I really want to be able to defend myself, and I can't change, you know, halfway through. So the idea is I am going to sacrifice getting a lot of extra money for some defensive abilities, because I believe you can get more trade power and taxation with one of the deities. Ooh, we could change religions, but I'm not going to do that. Can I look at the deities? No, I cannot. One of the deities is like the goddess of economic growth, which would be amazing. Alright, let's take 12,000 troops, move them down to Mahajapit, and now we have units all over the map. I'm curious, though. In fact, I believe we might have a little bit too much. Our truce with Mahajapit has ended. Has this core... Oh, this is going to take a while. We're making 120 troops every single month, and we're still lacking a lot of admin. In fact, I think we're going to be making more now. How is colonialism coming along? Still very slowly, but it looks like Dhaka is now actually getting some of the institutional growth. That's going to be unlocked in the next 6 years. We have a poor harvest and nothing I can do. Our truce has expired with Persia. I would like to be allied with you again. But if you know what, let's do that. I'm going to ally myself. I feel like we're going to be brought back into another war. Robber barons, do we want to improve the tax or the production in Tyron Valley? I could care less about any of the, influence, because I don't believe either are high enough. So it produces fish. I guess we're going to go ahead and get better production. The merchant guilds would be happy. The nobility will not, but that is fine by me. So we're making 57 ducats a month. Persia would like a royal marriage. We have the most god-awful wife you can imagine. And we have all 4 of our colonists being worked on. So I guess what we're going to do is recall one of these units and make their way on over to this island. And we might as well start sending over a colonist. I am happy that we're definitely growing. It might be a good idea to start taking, like, these volcano islands as well. Start growing up a lot of our empire. Yeah, but what I would really like to do is obviously get this next institution, because we have been so far behind on trade. In fact, it's been almost the entire game. Alright, looks like we have already found ourselves a small battle, defeating some of the natives. And I guess our next actual war, assuming that we get the manpower recovery on up, is going to be against Mahajapit. So I guess let's go ahead and build up our spy network. Whoops, excuse me, accidentally ripped out my headphones. I hope that didn't do anything to the stream. I don't believe so, because the desktop audio does not come from my headphones. And now that I have some admin, still not enough to get Malvi on our side. And it looks like we just finished up one of these areas inside Borneo. Okay. So I've got a lot of coin. Can I build any manufactories? Anything that is worth my time? 0.7 ducats seems like it is worth my time. And obviously the price of silk has gone up. Wow, if we had a lot of money, we could definitely get a lot more manufactories and a lot more coin. And what's cool is because we took some provinces in Mewar, we probably got some additional trade power. Or at least we stole some from Mewar. We didn't really get any big provinces. Oh, Mandu was part of the Joa trade node. I don't want to give away Diplo power, but I don't want them to be hurt either. So let's give them Diplo power. We are very low on legitimacy, so we need to do everything in our power to improve that. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do anything. Looking at some of our nobility, if I called for a diet, I would lose some prestige, which I guess is fine, because I have quite a bit of that. I can't do anything else, so all I've really gotten is given them more influence and some loyalty, which is not bad. I could ask for a contribution, but not until I grant a New World Trade Charter, because now I'm going to get even more money. And now, my next goal is when I have 206 admin, I'm going to go ahead and core up this area. So all we need now is about 150, and then finally a lot of these rebels will slowly die off. Alright, and now that I have all of those coins, once again, I'm going to start building up some manufactories. We just built textile manufactories. Let's build a a weapons manufacturer in Mysore. Looking at naval equipment, we can build one. I would like some additional coin, and we're making roughly 60 ducats a month. Yeah, 67. So, if I ever needed to, like, if I got quantity ideas rather than quality ideas, or excuse me, rather than offensive ideas, I probably could hire a massive, massive force and be able to overwhelm Ming. I'm just a little concerned because it might not swing in our favor. Though I feel like my first priority would be to deal with Mewar, and actually what would probably be the worst thing in the world is to make Ming very, very angry, and obviously they would join the coalition, which I do not want to have happen. Rebels are uprising inside, I don't see an 80, Mahajapit. So let's send down another 12,000 troops, just in case. In fact, I probably don't even need this castle here, but I guess it's going to stay. The only thing that I could really do, I definitely am going to want a fort here. And sadly, I don't think we could do that anytime soon. How long until we're going to have We need 822 administrative power to get the treasury office and loan, or in town. So that is a ways away. I think what I'm going to start doing is if I ever go to war with Maywar again, I'll probably try to vassalize them. They obviously are the incorrect religion, which I'm not... Oh, no, they are Hindu. And yeah, it's going to make some people mad, but I'm not going to have to spend any administrative power. Yeah, my number one goal right now is to make as much... That is a lot of troops. I am hoping we can defeat these with 24,000. If we can't, it is certainly going to be bloody. But, you know, I have so much money that it might not be a bad idea to start challenging Ming. It looks like we were able to defeat the rebels. And it looks like our king's reputation has been tarnished. We could lose a stability or 100 Diplo power. The stability is worth 150 admin because we are level 2, so I think I know what I'm going to save my money on. Alright, Ethiopia definitely getting stronger and stronger. Let's look at the rest of the world. France and Spain at each other's throats. Ottomans are definitely growing very powerful, so it makes me curious. Like, obviously offensive ideas would be very viable, but if I had more troops, especially like quantity... I mean, I would have a lot more manpower all the time. I would gain about 200 more manpower a month, which is broken. And imagine having the land force limit modifier, like, ticking on your side, as well as land maintenance modifier. Having a lot more troops would definitely be very helpful. And I'm curious, if we look at Twangu here, I wonder how much development they have. I'm going to go into alphabetical order. This is obviously the opposite of alphabetical order. It is backwards. They have 183 development, so I can't swallow them up in one gulp, but I probably could take Maywar. It would be nice to finally force people to switch allegiances, but I'm happy that Odisha is growing fairly strong and fairly formidable. Maywar is about to have some coalition, or at least some rebels, but I could probably stop that. I can intervene in a great war between France and Spain, but I don't plan on doing so. Let's go ahead and core both of these areas. If I had more admin, things would definitely be a lot easier for us. And in fact, you know what I could do is I could vassalize Mahajapit and vassalize them in time, because that would, one, it would save me admin. How is the embracement coming along? Very slowly, but we are now 1.5% towards the embracement of, oh my goodness, colonialism. And in fact, because I have some money now, let's go ahead and finally build up that last manufactory. Is there anything else that could make us money? Yes, a little bit. Everything else is 0.02. What about some workshops? 0.49, 0.46, 0.17. Let's build all of those. What about some taxation? Buy some constables. That's the only one that seems viable. And now we're looking at shipyards. In fact, I could build quite a bit of these. It appears most of them are down in these... now I'm out of money. So, I don't know. The entire goal, if I could somehow get more and more ships, I could definitely steer more and more trade. I feel like I'm going to make Mahajapit into a vassal, and I'm probably going to go ahead and make Maywar into a vassal as well. This is going to upset people, but I don't mind. We still have a truce with Odisha. And what would be nice, I feel like some of these units are going to join into the coalition once again against me. Sindh, Kashmir, and Bengal. Obviously, I'm very powerful, so it might be a good idea to start swallowing up some of our enemies. Alright, we have a revolt. Nothing I can't handle. Let's send 12,000 troops over. This colonist is still working very diligently. Man, I would like to have this embraced very, very soon. And sadly enough, I don't want to have to pay 867 military power, but there is nothing I can do about that. We now have a lot better cannons, though. But it's not really what I wanted. But at least we're working hard. We're working diligently. We're making 12 military power a month. So I believe, looks like one of our colonists just finished up. And it was in this island of the Philippines. So let's go ahead, send over a missionary. Send our colonist here now. Well, Yeah, I suppose. What does this island produce? Alright, spices, not bad. And so, very soon, this area is going to be finished up. We should probably start working on another area, though I don't know where. Let's recall you, and I suppose we could put somebody here as well. Okay, so now that I have 110 admin, let's go ahead and put one there. If I had 57, I would go ahead and make our last state, or our last territory into a state. We're going to have some Bengal separatists, but nothing we can't handle. I believe the separatism will dissipate over time. Looks like Kashmir and Mewar are fighting each other. I hope that isn't the case. It would be amazing if I could take Dundar as a vassal as well. Start weakening up everybody. Let's actually move some troops over to these areas. You know, if the rebels do spawn, it will probably be there. And now into Lakhnor. Maybe we can prevent rebels from spawning altogether. Very soon, our manpower is going to be recovered, and that means we are going to be unlocking that mission, Recover Manpower. All of our manufactories are being constructed. All of our ships are working very, very hard. I feel like we need to send over... these guys have to be renamed to the Indus River Valley. I was curious because the Joa fleet was inside Indus, because we never renamed them. We have a revolt. Let's go ahead and lower their taxes. It's only one small province, so it doesn't matter all that much to me. I would like to go ahead and declare war. But I don't think that's really a viable plan. In fact, what I could do is if I take Mewar... No, I was going to return some territory to this empire. What about Dundar? Not really. What about Wanpar? Do they still exist? Yeah, but most of the territory that they owned is now under my control, so that doesn't help us. Let's spend our last amount of admin. So now our priority... We are going to stockpile as much administrative power as possible, and I believe because we're not going to be able to spend it on anything, it's going to be roughly 100 turns until we can unlock the Treasury Office and Townhouse, or Town Hall, I guess. Alright, all of our colonists are working very, very hard. It looks like I missed one. That's awkward. And I also want to look at trade goods. Most of these, it looks like we're producing Chinaware. We are producing some coffee, some naval supplies, some more coffee. So I am happy that all of our colonists are obviously doing a very good job. But our number one priority now is to get more merchants. And the only way to do that is to trade ideas, which obviously I don't think we're going to worry about. Well, I mean, I don't know. If we got trade ideas, we could have a much bigger army. Mewar is being annihilated. Nothing I can do about that. Looks like we have land theft. We could favor neither party, but I feel like what I need to do is I would like to favor the Brahmins, but I think I'm going to favor the nobility, which I believe are the Kastriyas. And they're going to get loyalty, and they're going to gain a little bit of influence, and that's fine by me. At least this estate is really no longer upset. Or at least for now it's not upset. I guarantee it'll be angry later. Alright, I've got a lot of coin. Most of that coin is going to be used on embracing the institution, which was 1.5%, then it was 1.7, and then it was 2.0, and now it is 2.3. 8 provinces have embraced colonialism, but it is a ways away. And I believe in the next 17 years, somebody is going to be unlocking manufactories, which I'm hoping is going to be me, because I have so many different manufactories constructed. I'm hoping that we're going to be the economic power of the world. Let's go ahead and send some missionaries down. I could go ahead and declare war on Brunei. I just don't know if I could conquer them all in one swoop. And in fact, I probably cannot. Our safest goal would be to take Mahajapit and then Brunei next. Well, Mahajapit, then Brunei. Obviously, some people would be upset. I don't know what to do about that. And you know what? Maybe if I did unlock trade ideas, we would have a lot more money, which is not bad. And so the reason why I was concerned, let's actually go ahead and build our other fort. Which I cannot, because our missionary is working here. So what I was trying to say, if I unlocked trade ideas, I could probably go ahead and start milking a lot of this trade income. I mean, look at it right now. There is 53 ducats in here, so at most we could make 106. And right now, it's just a coincidence. We are actually making 53 ducats with 50% trade power. But at most, we can make 106. So if we had more merchants, a lot more gold can flow into the Indus River Valley. And I think we could really make around 30 extra gold a month, assuming that I had a lot of merchants. One would go to Malacca, one would be in the Malaccas region, and one, I guess, would be in the Philippines. And what they would do is they would flow trade on up. I mean, look at all this coin. 15 ducats. That's going to be given modifiers and modifiers and modifiers. And so what's amazing, though, is because Trade Ideas is so broken, we would get more trade power. So not only would we have more merchants, we would get more efficiency and more trade power. So I think I might even move that direction. I'm just a little concerned, though, because Ming is obviously very, very powerful. But, I mean, I could probably defeat them if I had enough coin and enough troops and mercenaries. But then again, I guess is that something that I really want to do. Looks like we have a native uprising in the region, which we have troops, which is fine. Let's go ahead and recall 2 of our colonies. Or our colonists. So 1 and 2. And so what we're going to do is send somebody here, and now we have most of the Philippines being colonized. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. So thank you all for joining me. Hope you all have an awesome day. I will see you in our next adventure.